People have been trying to cancel J.K. Rowling for years now simply because she dared to voice her opinions on social media that not everyone agrees with. They can't accept the fact that she's got her own opinions, even if they do not follow the woke Hollywood narratives. We've seen actors turn against her, executives turn against her, but hilariously enough, Warner Brothers Discovery isn't backing down when it comes to J.K. They are planning to defend and work with her for years to come, and it's causing meltdowns on social media. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I found out about this situation on Twitter, and there is a Variety article, but the Discussing Films tweet says Warner Bros. Discovery calls J.K. Rowling one of the world's most accomplished storytellers, and we are proud to be the studio to bring her vision, characters, and stories to life now and for decades to come. And of course, this infuriated specific people on the internet. I'm going to show off a bunch of the replies later, but a lot of people are very mad that they're standing by her simply because they do not like her opinions. So the Variety article says Warner Bros. Stands by J.K. Rowling after a reporter blocked from asking question about her. Now, there have been people on social media who have tried to get her career ruined over the years. They've tried to get her to stop writing. They've tried to get her out of the public eye. They have doxed her family, harassed her, threatened her. I mean, we're talking about a massive pile of different things that people on the internet have done to her. Warner Bros. Has stood by J.K. Rowling after an external PR rep acting on behalf of the studio told Sky News that the company is not connected to the author. The studio issued a response following a spat between Sky News and the PR representative, who blocked the outlet from asking Harry Potter actor Tom Felton about Rowling during a press event in London last week. Felton was taking part in an event around the expansion of the Warner Bros. Studios Tour London, the Making of Harry Potter attraction. The actor who played Draco Malfoy in the film franchise unveiled Professor Sprout's greenhouse, a fan favorite set from the films, which will be a permanent addition to the attraction. They are not slowing down when it comes to Harry Potter. I mean, we've seen talks about upcoming movies, we've seen these attractions, they're still working with actors. I mean, clearly they're not slowing down with Harry Potter, and that means they still have to work with J.K. Rowling. They can't just kick her to the curb. It says in an interview, a Sky News reporter asked him about Rowling, who has faced backlash for comments about the trans community and who was notably absent from Return to Hogwarts, the HBO Max documentary special marking the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. I did talk about this when this happened, but it sounds like a lot of the actors threw a little bit of a hissy fit and said that they would not join this event if J.K. Rowling was there, so she decided ultimately to not show up so that they could do this event, which isn't very surprising. It's not like she cares about going and sitting with these actors who trash her work now, even though they wouldn't have careers in Hollywood without her creations. You and the other stars of the film are still very much the face of the franchise, if you like. We speak to you and hear from you guys. JK obviously has sort of a more back seat now. Is it strange for her not being around at things like this? At this point, an external PR executive hired for the event, who is not a Warner Brothers employee, cut in and said, "Next question, please." When Sky News later asked the third-party PR firm why their journalist was interrupted, they said J.K. Rowling is not connected to Warner or Tom Felton, and the team felt it was not relevant to the piece. In a statement shared with Variety, though, Warner Brothers stood by its long-standing relationship with Rowling. Warner Bros. Has enjoyed a creative, productive, and fulfilling partnership with J.K. Rowling for the past 20 years. She is one of the world's most accomplished storytellers, and we are proud to be the studio to bring her vision, characters, and stories to life now and for decades to come. On Monday, a statement was issued by a third-party media agency that appeared contrary to this view. The statement was wholly wrong, and Warner Bros. Studio Tour London regrets it happened as part of a media event that day. Now, this statement itself is actually really solid, but the problem I have here is that it's Warner Brothers. Warner Bros. Has defended Amber, Ezra Miller. They don't listen to consumers a lot of the time, so it's hard to praise them, and I'm sure a lot of you feel this way as well. One right doesn't fix all of their wrongs, but it is a good step in the right direction. Standing by writers is very important, but maybe they'll see that, yeah, the few people that will complain aren't as important to them as the millions who will watch the movies based on her creations. And of course, they're standing by J.K. Rowling, someone who is very controversial on social media now. So on this thread that was posted by Discussing Films, there are a lot of people arguing. There are a lot of people who still love J.K. Rowling, who say, I love her creations and that's all that matters to me. And there are a lot of people who are saying you shouldn't support her. She should be canceled. She's a disgusting human being. And you guys shouldn't stand by her. People are saying things like, does he know? How do we tell him? Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. I don't see how people think that this is a bad take, okay? Because ultimately, Warner Brothers is a company, right? They're going to stand by people who make them money. I say this all of the time, even when it comes to individuals I don't like, okay? If they're going to make them money, of course they're going to stand by them, and J.K. Rowling makes them a god-awful amount of money. Look at all of the movies that they've been able to make, all of the merchandise they've been able to make. I mean, clearly they're going to continue to work with her, because if they don't, then they don't have Harry Potter. I mean, that's a fact. People saying, no, 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 F off. Just a lot of people saying that it's cringeworthy that they would call her an amazing writer. It's funny to me because these people are so furious that they've stood by her, yet these are individuals who will, a lot of the time, say, I love Harry Potter, but I don't love J.K. Rowling. Well, you still have to thank J.K. Rowling for her creations, or else you wouldn't have Harry Potter. It's like the situation with Emma Watson I talked about in a video a few days ago. Emma Watson said that she would return to Harry Potter if J.K. Rowling wasn't involved. Without J.K. Rowling, she wouldn't be a famous actress. Without Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling, Emma Watson would probably be a no one right now, and the only reason why she is talking about a return to Harry Potter is because she hasn't gotten any other roles, and she's probably desperate for films at this point. I mean, it's crazy to see actors and also individuals on social media say that a writer should give up her lifelong work simply because they don't like her opinions. At the end of the day, I don't think we're going to see Warner Brothers take any other stance besides J.K. Rowling is an amazing woman who has created amazing things, because she does make them a lot of money. They want to continue working with her, and they want to continue seeing how much they can milk this franchise for. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.